I eat fufu with soup and stew. Yeah.
You eat fufu with stew?
I eat it with anything. If there's a sauce, I will.
Come again. Can you repeat it?
I'll eat with stew and with soup. I'm a strange girl.
You eat fufu with stew?
Stop it.
Hello, welcome to TheConvo by Afrowired. My name is Figure, aka Yo Fig, aka Fix, and today I'm in the studio with these amazing people. Of course, I'm in the studio with my friend, my partner in crime, all of that, Mr. Jojo Texan.
Wagwan.
What's good,
We're
man?
in the billing.
We in the what?
In the billing.
That's it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. And to the other side, I've got the evergreen, all beautiful Demi Valentine.
What's up, guys?
Yeah. Welcome. So today we're gonna have a conversation. Demi is in Ghana currently. She grew up in Canada, and we're gonna dive deeper into
Toronto.
Yeah. Of course. And we're gonna dive deeper into, growing up, some of her challenges, the beautiful part, staying overseas, coming to Ghana, what she's doing here, and all of that. So stay tuned. Demi, tell us a little bit, growing up in Toronto.
What do you guys want to know? So I was born and raised in Toronto.
Yeah.
Have never lived anywhere else outside of the city. I don't know what you want to know. Ask me some questions.
Going to school, what was the challenges like? Being an African kid.
I moved around quite a bit actually growing up. So I've been to schools in very white neighborhoods, and I've also gone to school in very black neighborhoods. And honestly, in both settings, back in the day, being an African, so I'm Trinidadian and Ghanaian.
Okay.
So
how do you say that though? How do you say you're Trinidadian and Ghanaian and Canadian?
My cousins used to call me a Tricanfrican. Trinidadian-Canadian African.
Wow. That's a lot of blood in one person. So
growing up, being an African, a Ghanaian, a Nigerian, anything was never really that cool. So a lot of the times, I would identify with being Trinidadian as opposed to being Ghanaian for many different reasons, not just because it wasn't cool, but that was a pretty big factor in that. I also wasn't really raised with my Ghanaian side of the family. I didn't really know my father that well growing up. And so I think a lot of my upbringing was mostly West Indian. And that's what I mostly connected to. And subconsciously or even consciously just rejected the Ghanaian part of my life.
Oh, wow. Okay. But at what point in time what point in your life did you fully understand that now I'm an African, or did you accept the African part of you?
I reconnected with my birth father in 2015 or 2014, and I was already an adult. And I think at that point I was just ready to let go of the things that maybe I held on to that was making me very angry.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, you know what? He wants to introduce me to my heritage. I'm accepting of this. I'm going to go. And I took a trip. I went to Ghana, first time ever, by myself, met my dad. I didn't know what I was going to expect. And I fell in love. Yeah. I really I had to do it on my own terms. And when I was ready for it, my stepfather is also Ghanaian, and it wasn't like he was forcing culture on me, but I just wasn't receptive to it. And when I was at a time where I could actually understand it for myself and let go of things that maybe hurt me in the past is when I was able to see the beauty in my heritage.
Okay. So you were sort of taking away or avoiding the African bit of you.
Absolutely.
Because of some of the challenges you had growing up.
Absolutely.
Right.
I rejected Ghana, Africa, because I felt like it had rejected me.
Okay,
if that
because
makes
of
sense.
that bit.
Right.
Okay. Right. Definitely. If my dad is Ghanaian and I'm not connected to him, then of course I'm not Ghanaian.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
I get your point. But your dad was also in Canada then, or was in Ghana?
Yeah, my parents met in Canada.
Okay.
But then when, things didn't work out, he moved back to Ghana. And actually, one of the blessings was I never grew up with sisters. I had all brothers growing up. And so when I reconnected with him, I found out I had 4 beautiful sisters. And I was like, this is like the greatest gift that my dad could have given me. Like, I used to wish for sisters. I have like cousins who are like sisters, but like these are like my sisters now.
Jojo, do you have sisters?
Yeah, I do have one.
You have one
there's
sister?
3. Yeah, so
Wow.
2 boys, 1 girl, and I'm the last born.
There's 5 of you.
Okay.
My dad.
No, we're just 3.
Oh, okay.
3.
You're the only boy.
No, 2 boys, 1 girl.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I'm the last born.
Oh, you're baby. I'm the oldest, actually.
Really?
Out of all my siblings, yeah, I'm the oldest.
How many siblings do you have?
Oh God. So my father had 6 kids, and then my mom had 2, and then I have a stepbrother. So I don't know how many that is altogether.
Nobody should ask me how many brothers and sisters I have. I don't want to.
You don't know how to. You can't count.
He has about 20.
Your dad was out here.
Yeah.
He was chilling. Yeah, so I'd like to know how you felt the first time you were coming to Ghana, the very moment the pilot announced that you are 15 minutes away from Accra or Ghana. I want to know how you felt in the plane.
I mean, I was nervous the entire time. I didn't know. Remember, this is somebody that it's a stranger to me, right? I only have like maybe photos or something like that. Like, I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know if they were going to like me. I didn't know if I was going to like them, and I'm there by myself. Where am I going to go? Like, if things don't work out, where am I going to go? I didn't have friends here at that time, I don't think. Maybe like 1 or 2. And then my stepfather, who's like, he raised me. He lived in Kumasi. So he lived in Canada, but like that's where his home is. I don't know how to get there. Like, I was just like, what if this doesn't work out? What am I going to do?
Wow.
Okay.
Wow. And did you guys meet at the airport?
Yeah. They came and picked me up at the airport. It was beautiful.
How was the experience?
You know when you walk out of the airport and it's just like the heat hits you? Like, it's just like...
Welcome to Ghana.
Welcome to Ghana. Like, yo, that heat is something different, but it feels very reminiscent. I grew up going to Trinidad a lot. And so for me, it wasn't so foreign. There's a lot of similarities between the two. Even like some of the foods are very similar. The cultural, like the way of life is very similar. It's a little bit more laid back. And so I wasn't completely thrown off, but it was definitely, first of all, I don't speak the language. So that was like the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was like the biggest, and still is for me, the biggest thing. But yeah, I mean, it was beautiful. It was really nice.
Yeah.
They looked happy to see me. So
So your stepdad resides in Kumasi.
he lives in Toronto as well, but that's where his home base is. Yeah.
Okay, so when you landed in Kotoka, you then, traveled to Kumasi.
Yeah.
Okay, by road or by plane?
I've done both. So I've gone with the plane and then come back on
Can
the
you
bus.
describe both experiences,
The plane is chill because it's just like an hour or something, and you're there, and like you sleep for an hour, you're there. The bus, to be fair, me and my stepdad were kind of very similar, and I think we had gone out and like partied the night before or something, and so we were both pretty turned up on the bus ride back, so that made it a lot of fun.
Okay.
Anyway, so when you first got to Ghana, right? What was the first thing you did aside going home, seeing your family, seeing your cousins, your siblings?
Yeah.
All of that. What was the first thing you did?
I actually wanted it to make sure that I understood where I came from. So I did like the important cultural things, like what everyone does when they come. They go to like, I don't know, Cape Coast and Elmina Castle and like all those things. I really wanted to see for myself what happened to our people, like, because Trinidadians are Africans as well, right? Like we got like separated and thrown all over the world essentially, right? Yeah. So for me, if I'm gonna come back home, I need to really see for myself where our people, like our history, and that's only like, that's not even our history. That's like one fraction of our history, right? Yeah. But that is like the biggest part of why we are in the state that we are in right now. So that was like the first thing that I did. And then also like going to see like a lot of like the Boti Falls and like the botanical gardens and like things like that, like things that make this country beautiful.
Yeah. And after discovering all of that, how was the experience like for you? Was it up to your expectation or lower than that?
Oh my God. So going to Cape Coast Castle and Elmina Castle was the hardest thing. I didn't expect for it to actually, you can feel it. Like when you go into these tunnels and you go into the castle and you, like I had to leave my tour because my chest, like I felt like I couldn't breathe.
Yeah.
And I could only imagine like what our ancestors had to go through. Like for me to even like years and years later to still feel the presence of like the pain, that's next level. Like you can't, it's hard to describe. You literally have to go there and see it for yourself.
A lot of people after these experiences, going to these places, sort of grow some sort of hate for typical white people. How was it for you?
But hold on, no. Have you ever been to the castle?
Myself?
Yeah.
Have you been? You've never been?
I've never been there.
Why?
I'm not sure I'm gonna have the same experience because
you also.
Well, that's true though.
You also didn't grow up like outside of Ghana. Like you know where you came from, right? Like you understand your culture very deeply.
Yeah.
And so for me, when you're taught like Canadian history or American history, and they teach you that like you started off as slaves, like they don't give you like your cultural history like
history.
that.
What happened? A lot of people, right? Because they grew up in certain parts of the world where this discrimination and racial stuff was really high back in the day. When they finally come to Ghana and go to these places and actually discover these stories firsthand, they sort of build hate in them for people back home because they feel like you done all this to us and even here you still don't love us. So I just want to know the experience for you when you actually discovered that, because you said you left the whole tour process. So at that point, for you, do you ever think about, okay, I hate these people, like I don't love you guys?
No.
Oh,
no, I don't. To harbor hate in your heart in general does nothing. My dad always said like hating someone is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die.
Yeah.
So if I harbor hate in my heart, first of all, you don't get to choose when you're born if you're black or white, right? You get to choose how you treat people and how you want to live your life moving forward. So yes, there is racism in the world. Yes, there's people who are prejudiced and don't like you for the color of your skin, but there's good people in this world as well, regardless of your skin tone. Like you don't choose your parents, you didn't choose where you come from. Like those are not things that are up to you.
Yeah.
So like to hate someone, like I hate what happened to our people, obviously. But yeah, I don't walk around being like, white people did this to me. Like
people do that though.
Of course they do, but like
a lot of people will do that.
Of course. And I'm not saying rightfully so, but I understand why they may feel that way. Yeah. I personally don't believe that that's the way you should move through life.
You should let things go.
I think you need to understand your past so that you can change the future. Yeah. And to add to that, Jojo, you were mentioning that a lot of us local base people
in the indigenous, let me say indigenous.
When we go out to these castles, right, most of us, I went there when I was a kid, like sort of like excursion, and it was more like a fun trip.
Like a field trip.
I've never been there, I must be very honest.
And to be honest, right, I don't think I felt the same way you are explaining it, because for me, back in even primary school, they taught all of us like what happened to these people. So we knew all these stories, right? And then I would say that's when I felt what you felt. But going out to the castle felt like a trip. Like a fun trip.
Sightseeing.
But you guys are very connected to like your ancestral background, right?
Definitely.
Like you can name a chief of a village or whatever.
We can even name some of the people that were captured and sold.
And connected to you by lineage, right? Luckily in Toronto, people know sort of their background. Like they know if they're Ghanaian, they know if they're like Chinese, they know if they're Indian, Pakistan, whatever. Because a lot of, like for me, first generation Canadian, right?
Yeah.
But for example, in America, there's so many years of like, my grandma is from Texas, my great grandma's from Texas, they're so separated from their truth that like when you come back home and you're like, wow, like this is not the beginning of my story.
Yeah.
And that's what they teach you in schools. Like Black History Month is about slavery, right? Like and like slavery is not a black people problem, and they make it feel like it is. It's not we did not decide to become slaves. So that is not a black problem that needs to be solved. So we need to like really do our history, like our research, really understand like where we come from, and don't let the Western education system dictate who you are.
A lot of people have perceptions about Ghana, Africa. So as you were in Canada, as a young person, you were working, you hadn't been here before. What did you think Africa looked like?
I mean, you guys know the story. Like, we see what we see on TV. We see like starving babies with like the big belly and like the flies on your face. Like you don't think, you know what? And that's cool. Because in my mind, let people think what they want to think. I would like to preserve what we have here, right?
Yeah, but like I want to know, before you ever,
I didn't want to come. I didn't want to come.
Like, what did you think Ghana looked like?
A mess. I thought it was like, I didn't think it was a third world country and there was nothing here for me. Like I really didn't believe there was anything.
Did you ever believe there were like rich people in Ghana?
No. I didn't know anything.
Did you have friends who traveled to Ghana?
I didn't have Ghanaian friends growing up. My first Ghanaian friends, I think, were when I was like real friends, maybe when I was like 18. Like I wasn't connected. And there is a very large Ghanaian community in Toronto. I just wasn't connected to it. I wasn't Ghanaian enough for the Ghanaian people. You know what I mean? I didn't know anything about my culture. So I didn't even think there was anything here worthwhile.
Yeah, I get you. Right. So as you entered Ghana, I mean, was it still the same, or you felt like, no, this place is beautiful?
My God, no. It was very eye-opening.
Yeah.
Like, there is so much beauty here. And people are like, people are making money out here. Like, there is like a whole infrastructure that is booming, and like the houses are beautiful. And the great part about it is like, when you have a home here and you have land and you have property, that is yours.
Yeah.
You own that. Like that makes you feel something. That's something to be proud about, you know?
But I was going to ask this. What have you seen in Ghana so far that you feel like, wow, so this is here too?
I mean, over the years, I just feel like there's a lot more, like there's a lot of beautiful restaurants, beautiful homes, beautiful vacation spots, pools, like your neighbor has a pool. Like that's just not like normal. Like you have to be really rich in Canada to have a pool in your backyard, you know? But there's things that are accessible here, right? Yeah. And it's not, Black people have wealth. Like African people have wealth. And that was the thing to me that was the most shocking.
Yeah. So not with the history of Ghana and so now let's delve into the Ghanaian food. I like food.
Definitely.
Okay.
You love food.
I eat a lot. Yeah. So I'd like to know the first Ghanaian food you tried.
Oh, like
when you came to Ghana.
I've grown up eating fufu like for the better part of my life. Like that is like the one thing that I actually
eating fufu in Canada.
In Canada, yeah. That was like the dish that I did like. But I do have, or I had very Canadian taste buds. So a lot of the things that people ate here, I didn't want to eat. Like, I actually only had wache, I think, this trip that I came. I'm so picky when it comes to food. So picky. And maybe it's just me. Like, I eat my fufu with a spoon. Like,
You do what?
I don't eat with my hands.
Why?
And I just don't.
Have you tried?
To eat with my hands? Yeah, my sisters made fun of me. Like, the way that I cut it with my fingers and I chew it. They're like, you're not supposed to chew.
Yeah, I chew fufu too.
Oh man, You do what?
I chew fufu.
Yeah, but I don't eat like kenke. I don't eat banku. I just like the flavor for me. Sorry guys, like don't come for me. Don't come for me. It's delicious, I'm sure, but like it just doesn't do it for me. I've tried every version of kenke or banku that there is. I just
don't like it.
The soup's amazing.
Oh, you eat kenke with soup?
I eat fufu with soup and stew. Yeah.
You eat fufu with stew?
I eat it with anything. I've like there's a sauce I will.
Come again. Can you repeat it?
I'll
fufu
eat
with
stew and with soup. I'm a strange girl.
You eat fufu with stew?
Stop it.
Okay, so in
because
Canada,
I don't eat that much rice.
In Canada, how was your fufu prepared? Was it the powdery fufu or the one normally prepared with the mortar and the pestle?
The one
No. If you're in back home like Toronto, like you don't pound anything. You have to go to the like West Indian market or the African marketplace or grocery store
to buy the
powder.
But what if you want to pound? Can you pound?
I'm sure you can. I've never personally done that, but I'm sure you can.
Yeah, I think people should. A lot of people buy the powdered
It's
version.
very similar actually to Trinidadians. They also have the same kind of like
Pounded
way
stuff.
of preparing food.
So have you tried both, the pounded and the
Well,
powdered?
here, yeah, of course. I mean, the natural way is the better way, obviously. Like the powder, when you can taste it, it's like getting the powdered mashed potatoes. Like you can taste that it's powder. Well, I mean, what can you do?
But does it look a bit nasty to you? But
No.
It
looks the same. It looks the same. I mean, it tastes a little bit different, but if this is all you know, right? And then you
Still
come
enjoy it.
here and you try like the real deal, like real. That's the thing, like real
Was
food.
it homemade or you tried it in a chop bar? I mean the natural one.
It was homemade. Like so my dad, his family still lives here.
You know I'm asking these questions. You know,
Why?
normally when you go to the chop bar, when you see them like the person pounding the fufu, sometimes you see his sweat dripping in the fufu.
Oh, okay. If I'm eating like cultural food, 99.9% of the time it's at home. Like I don't really, if I'm eating food on the road, I'm a kebab girl. So like I will go out at night and like go and eat all the kebabs. But like,
Where do you buy kebab?
You should be very picky with the kebab as well.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, I know. I don't go anywhere like on my own to select food. Like someone will take me to like places to buy food. I don't.
Yeah.
Right.
And like just in general, for me, maybe it's because I'm like Canadian, like buying food on the street from just anybody is not the way for me. Like
It's not the best anywhere
no,
in the world.
exactly.
I must say.
So I'd rather eat at home. Just like West Indian food, I'd rather eat it at home.
Yeah, but just to add to that, there is this meat spot. You know, they sort of grill it just at the Burkina Faso border. I think at Paga, a little bit after Navrongo.
You know, you're saying all these.
You don't know the place,
Right.
So you can take the Ghanaian map.
Okay.
At the top, you know, just at the top, right? That's Burkina Faso.
Okay.
So at their border, right, there is a meat seller there who prepares, you know, this, you know, grilled meats.
Okay.
We should go and try.
You guys
like
gotta take
meat?
me.
Do you like meat a lot?
I love meat.
Oh,
I
okay.
could eat just a plate of meat by itself. Like I don't care about like the rice and everything. Give me the plate of meat. That's
Wow.
it. Okay, you guys are taking me.
Yeah.
But it's okay. Well, just to be honest, do you exercise?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's where the meat goes to. That's where the meat goes to, right?
Yeah. I mean, I try to be as healthy as possible.
Yeah.
Here, you have to try to exercise too. Like the amount of like carbohydrates people eat here.
It's
I know
crazy.
you have to. It's mad.
mad.
It's mad.
Because you know what? One of my friends, anytime he's in Ghana, or let's say after he returned to the UK from Ghana, he has to go to the gym like intensive.
Yes.
Because when he's in Ghana, it's like eating anything, like fufu,
Yeah.
banku,
Yeah.
kinky, you know, everything, eba.
Have you tried that though?
Yes, I've tried. I'm the kind of person. I'm not gonna knock it until I try it. Right?
Right.
Like I will try anything once. So if I like it, I like it. Right? But if I don't, at least I tried it, and I can say with certainty, I'm not into this thing.
Okay.
Okay, so just to add to that, right? Now that we know your taste in food and you know all of that, Why are you in Ghana now? Like, are you doing some project? Are you working on something?
So originally,
Yeah.
every time I've come to Ghana,
Yeah.
I've come for like very short periods of time,
Okay.
like 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Okay.
And this time around, I was like, if I go again, I'm going to stay for a long period of time because I think there's opportunity here. I think there's opportunity to create. I think there's opportunity to connect. And it's not even necessarily about making money, but there is opportunity to make money out here.
Right.
So I came because I want to work with my people. That's essentially what that is. And take the skills that I've learned from working in entertainment back home and applying it here and doing something that's meaningful.
Okay. Okay. So back home, you were working in entertainment, as you just said.
Yeah.
What role were you playing?
Oh man. Entertainment jack of all trades, to be honest. Like
Wow.
I started off doing makeup and hair for like television, commercial, magazines, that kind of thing. And then sort of transitioned into managing other makeup artists. So I have an agency called Valentine Agency, and so we manage a roster of makeup artists and hairstylists. And then that allowed me to go into like production, behind the scenes, producing, production coordination, producer's assistant, entertainment PR. Like I dipped my hands in a little bit of everything, pretty much.
Definitely. Jojo, add to that.
So aside, do you still want to delve into the entertainment space here in Ghana?
Yeah, for sure. Like this is why I think it's so important that I learned the things that I learned. And in the structure that I did, because here it's kind of like the Wild West, right? Like you can get away with a lot of stuff out here that you can't get away with back home. And I think having structure is important. So bringing that here and applying what I know, I feel like is a benefit for me. So you can take, like, creativity is sometimes breeded from like not having the necessary tools. Right. So back home, I have all the tools. The production companies have money, this and the third, but like the creativity is kind of lacking.
Yeah.
So coming here, the creativity is like out of this world. There's so much that can be made here. There's so much that can be made here, and there's so much inspiration here. There's so much like storytelling that goes into like anything that's being created, any kind of content that's being created out here.
Right.
So taking that structure and adding the creativity, like endless possibilities.
Right. I mean, you connecting with local creatives and you discovering that there's so much creativity here and there's so much opportunity here for creatives out there. What would you say to anyone out there that's creating or being a director, video creator, whatever? You know, what would you say to such people?
Tell authentic stories. Yeah. Tell stories that matter. You know, like don't just come here because you think like Ghana's popping. So like now I'm going to tell stories about African people. Yeah. Like make sure that the stories are real and coming from a genuine place. For me, that's kind of why I'm here. I think that there's a need for that and not to be exploited.
Yeah, so they need to come experience the space.
Experience it. That's like also the thing. Ghana is not your backdrop. Like you're not the star of the show, right? Like Ghana is the star of the show. So like immerse yourself in the culture, immerse yourself with the people, like find out what stories really need to be told out here, and don't come in with your own ideas of what you think.
Yeah. And to add to that, do you think people are actually, faking it? It's like they're just trying to come to Ghana to, build some sort of, audience for themselves. Like, we're actually going to Ghana to do this project.
I want to believe that when people come here, they're coming here for a reason, for a purpose. I know that's not for everybody, but this is what I want to believe. And I think that it's remained true. I think a lot of people, like, to be fair, like a lot of people are coming here because they're realizing that there is some sort of disconnect between the way that they've lived their lives and where they come from. Definitely. I think they're really trying to bridge that gap, and more so now, like in the last maybe like 5-6 years, like trying to really bridge that gap. And so, I think people are coming here with a pure heart and like really trying to understand themselves and understand where they came from.
Yeah, but you think some people are also exploiting
Yes,
Ghana?
absolutely. Yes, they are. I think people are coming here and creating businesses and like taking the land and like taking it back home to wherever they're from. And I also don't think that's fair. I actually think there should be stricter laws on people who are coming from, who are not Ghanaian by ancestry or like African by ancestry, coming in here and taking. Because what are you actually giving back to the economy? Are you giving back to the people? Yeah, sure, you're employing, but what are you paying? This is like wage is also like my biggest thing here. Like you have people who are making like what 400 CDs a month,
and that's even less than 100 USD.
That's not livable at all. Like we talk about livable wage at home.
Yeah.
Like here, that's way below a standard living wage.
Yeah.
What can you do? And you have a family. You have kids.
You have rent. You have
you have to eat. Like
yes.
How do you live? How do you live? And so like that for me is like, if you're coming here, there needs to be some sort of laws.
Yeah.
And I think that like, because I don't know if this is true or not, but I feel like Ghana is so wanting to build up its economy or like wanting the approval of the outside Western world that they are allowing for people to come in and just do what they want with the space. I mean, they're making beautiful places. Don't get me wrong. Beautiful restaurants, beautiful homes, beautiful this, that, the hotels, whatever. But how are you actually benefiting the people that are here? Yeah. How is any of this even affordable for the people that actually live here?
Yeah. Yeah, that's true though. That's true.
All right. So in line with what you just mentioned, I'd like to know if December in Ghana played any role, in helping you touch base with your roots, or this is a general question. Has December in Ghana, how many times have you been in Ghana? Like in December, have you experienced December?
This is my fourth time.
This is your fourth time.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So has the December in Ghana campaign by the Ghanaian government helped in bridging the gap between the diaspora and Ghana?
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. December in Ghana is lit. Don't get me wrong. So I didn't even know when I first came here. I came in December, but I didn't know.
Which year was it?
2015, I think.
Right.
2015.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't know this was a thing. Like I didn't know anything about Accra. Like nothing. So I didn't know this was a thing. I didn't know like it got this crazy. Like I didn't know that it was like fun.
I think the government got involved in 2019.
And there was like the year of return and all that.
Like
Yeah. So I mean, honestly, done a great job. Like the tourism here is like out of this world. Like from the time I've come here till now, drastically different. Like and in a positive way, I think.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, again, we're talking about like prices of things like skyrocketing, whatever. But like to get people to actually come here and see Ghana as a place where you can vacation. Yeah. Never. Like growing up in high school, never. Like this is a place where you threaten to send your kids back to. Like you don't. Like it was. It was never like actually a fun place where you could come and meet so many different people, and there's people from all over the world here, right? But all their roots somehow tie back, So we're all still connected, right? That was like probably the biggest draw for me to come back,
and to add to this, right? Okay, so a lot of people, someone actually tweeted that they are shocked that in December, that's in 2021 December, they saw so many celebrities, global, celebrated artists, creators and stuff in Ghana chilling, and they'll be queuing with regulars in Ghana, buying watches and stuff, and nobody feels tickled. It's like,
because Ghanaians don't give up. Like they really don't. Like they really don't. They will still cuss you out if you are like Denzel Washington.
Did you see that video of Uncle Vinny? Was it From Back?
Yeah, I think so.
Where he threw money into the crowd and
nobody actually,
They didn't do anything.
They didn't do anything.
Nobody took the money.
I mean, very proud people. Yeah. Very, very proud people. Like, you're not going to make anyone feel like a small boy out here. There's no...
golden people.
There's no way.
Yeah, even in our darkest times, we are still
that's why,
proud. We are still filled with pride.
Yes, very proud people. But I think that's also part of the reason why so many celebrities come here, right? Yeah. Because they also feel comfortable. Yeah, they also feel at home.
The crowd is not,
we're all equal. We're all on equal playing field for the most part.
Yeah,
When you come here, I mean, money comes into play, but like we're all one people, and I think we share this kind of like love for one another in a very like genuine way.
Yeah,
right?
because to add to that, I went to Daily Pepper's soccer event, and at the entrance of the stadium, I saw Vic Mensa seated right outside of the stadium. At a point where like everybody could
the football game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everyone could just access him. Like he was just making a phone call like a regular person, and people were just passing by him.
Yeah.
Like, nobody cares.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's comfortable for him because here he can feel, like a
relaxed
regular and also relax and experience.
Cardi B tweeted, I think, a few hours ago that being a celebrity is sort of boring because she's restricted in her movement or with her movement. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But when they get to another region where they are not very popular, they're free to do anything.
I mean, no, they're popular,
They are
but
still
the
popular,
difference is like the interactions that they have when they come here are for real.
Yeah.
Like when you talk to somebody here, they're not talking to you because maybe they are because you're Cardi B or like you're Vic Mensa, Chance, whoever, Ari Lennox. Like they come here because they know while I'm here, I'm free to be myself, 100% myself. And if I meet people, those relationships that I'm building are actually meaningful, right? Like everybody, because I'm not going to come up to, no Ghanaian is going to run up to someone and be like, oh my God, you're so-and-so. Can I have your autograph? They're not going to do that. No. Could you imagine?
Once.
Never. They're never going to do that.
I think it was Captain Polo.
Yeah. Who actually did that to Cardi B?
Yeah.
And people were like,
people were bashing her. Like, no,
do you see what I'm saying?
This is not a Ghanaian thing. This
yeah.
It's crazy.
I think, it's just like, it's very calm.
Yeah.
Like that is like, for me, you asked why I was here.
Yeah.
Very calm. I mean, it's busy. Like the streets are wild. Okay.
Yeah.
There's like honking hordes everywhere. Like, but at the same time, people are very relaxed in a way. Like time is not a real thing out here. I feel like 5 minutes in Ghana time and 5 minutes in real time is not the same thing.
That's why it's called Ghanaian-Trinidadian-Canadian.
Yeah.
It's called Ghanaian-Trinidadian-Canadian.
Like we have this thing like BP time, like Black people time, but the Ghana time is completely different.
Yeah.
15 minutes is
It's
like
like
40
an
minutes.
hour.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to be quick. We're going to be there by 2 p.m.
Right, and you ask them, no, not even, they don't tell you, how far is it? Oh, it's coming.
Yeah.
It's right there.
I'll be there soon.
Yeah, soon. What is that?
I'm right by the doorstep. Anyway, Jojo, do you have any more questions?
Oh yeah, I have one more question.
Please.
I ask every diasporan this question. So let's compare nightlives, the Canadian nightlife to the Ghanaian nightlife, because I'm a nightlife person and I would like to know. I want to experience like nightlife in different countries. I've experienced nightlife in Kenya, Joburg. Joburg is also wild. Yeah, so I would like to know how the Canadian nightlife is. How wild is it as compared
does
to the
not
Ghanaian?
compare.
Yeah.
Like by a landslide. Okay, there was a point in time in Toronto where like we had a club district and like you could just party hop from club to club and it was wild, it was fun, it was crazy. Like we had good DJs, bottle service, da. Now our club district is pretty much obsolete. Like it does not exist. There are clubs and there are parties and there are great DJs and we have great taste in music, but you have to kind of follow the DJ or follow the party kind of thing.
Yeah.
Here, you go outside and it's a party. Like there's music playing on the street, right? Like you go to a club, it's lit. Like it doesn't matter actually what day of the week it is. Like back home, it's like, oh, Wednesday night's a good night to go. It doesn't matter what day of the week it is. People actually dance here. No one is watching you and like, like, oh, judging you or whatever. People are out here. They're just dancing and they want to have a good time.
Yeah.
Back home, for me anyways, I don't think, maybe I'm not going to the right places, but I don't think it's the same at all. Like maybe you go to the gay clubs and like the gays be having fun like that. Like I love going to like the Village, but like in a regular club or a bar, everyone's trying to be cool. So the party here is, man, unforgettable. If I go home, like I can't even party the same way when I go back home.
Wow.
I can't.
Yeah.
It doesn't compare.
It's changed for you.
completely. I mean, it has changed over the years, but like completely different.
Yeah. Okay. So there was a point in time where, there was a campaign against the LGBTQ, community, and about the legislation and the Ghanaian laws against that and all of that. And now, as Ghana being a travel destination where a lot of people want to come here and chill, a lot of these, people in this, part, of society are going to still also want to come to Ghana. And Ghana is strongly against that to the part that they're passing a whole bill against it.
Really?
Right.
Yeah.
So
this is like recent.
Yeah, this
very
is
recent.
Okay.
What would be your comment on that? Because now Ghana is in the front and the whole world is looking at Ghana like we want to go to our next vacation in Ghana. And then now they are saying we are not going to allow no LGBTQ person in our country to, exist freely as, a gay person or
So you mean even now currently people who are gay cannot be freely gay here?
No, you can't.
Okay, I think a lot of it is based heavily on religion and like religious beliefs. So that for me is like, I don't know, like that in itself needs to change. I think people are people, and being accepted. If you want people to accept you as being a black person, then you need to accept black people in all forms, all shapes, all sizes, all colors, all genders, all like sexual orientation. Like if you are for your people, then be for your people, and that's just how I see it.
Okay.
All right.
So my last question.
Yeah.
So I want you to market Ghana to your friends in
overseas.
Canada. Yeah. Because I want like a lot of people trooping into the country.
Yeah.
I mean,
everybody should come.
I feel like my IG stories already speak for themselves. Like I have people every day like, yo, I'm living through you. I want to come to Ghana. It's lit. Like I just tell, it's lit. Like just come. Honestly, like I don't even have to market it. Like you, Demi Valentine _, Instagram. Check my stories out. And like the things that I don't post is the shit that you should probably be looking at. You know what I mean? Like it's fun. And I tell people all the time, like I think there's been a very big misconception, and it's not even just me. I think the people that come here from wherever they're from, they are marketing it on their own.
Yeah,
like you don't even
definitely.
have, you don't have to say anything. You're seeing it in real time for yourselves. Just come through. Come through for real though. Don't come through and like make Ghana your backdrop. Like actually come through and be a part of the culture. Yeah.
And because of that, December 2022, we are organizing a whole trip from the capital city that's here, Accra. That's, if you look at the Ghana map, it's at the bottom, right? We are having a trip right from the capital all the way to the end of Ghana. That's like the extreme on the Ghana map. As you can see on the extreme part, on the border to Burkina Faso. That's where we're going to go.
And you're one of the reasons why we are embarking on this journey.
I love it.
He needs to get you the meat.
Yeah.
From the
Yeah. I need to get you the meat also.
So
you need to be a part
Remember,
of that.
you promised me that.
Yeah. I'm gonna
coming.
get you that.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that. Let's do
and
it.
there's crocodiles that we're gonna actually.
That was
look
actually
at
my
them.
biggest question here.
Yeah.
If there was crocodiles or alligators here, because I've never seen one.
So many in the north. That's where we're gonna go.
Okay.
Paga. Yeah.
Yo, I'm down. Let's do it.
There's the lake in Ghana, the natural lake in Ghana is Lake Bosumtwi, and we're gonna actually
say it again. Lake
Bosumtwi.
Have you been to any of the waterfalls in Ghana?
I only been to Boti. That's it.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah. So we're gonna make a stop at Lake Bosumtwi on our way to the north.
That sounds amazing. Count me in. I'm in.
Yeah. We're gonna experience a lot. We're gonna go see palaces and see some chiefs get royaled up.
I'm like actually trying to figure out if I'm like a descendant of royalty. I feel like I am.
You are 100. Like
I can talk to some few chiefs. To give
you could talk to them for me.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Definitely.
JoJo's connected.
I'm deployed.
Yeah. Anyway, so Demi Valentine, Jojo Texan, thank you guys for coming through the show. My name has been Figure, aka Yo Fig, aka Fix, and this has been the Convo by Afrowired. But before you go, right, I want Jojo to just pull out one last word before he leaves, and Demi will also do same. So Jojo, last words and some shout outs.
Shout out to anybody supporting the dream.
Yeah.
I can't mention names. Yeah. So if you support me, God bless you.
Yeah, and 100. Jojo Texan is the co-founder of DC Leakers. Yeah, shout out DC Leakers, the music
Gang,
plug
gang.
out here in Ghana, West Africa, making it, possible for so many artists out here, right? And Demi Valentine, your shout outs and your last words.
First of all, shout out to Afrowired. You guys are doing your thing.
Yeah,
Thank you
yeah,
guys for
yeah.
having me. Thank you guys for letting me be like behind the scenes also. I'm like, I love what you guys are doing out here. For real, for real. Shout out to Toronto. I love my city. I mean, homegrown baby. Shout out to Trinidad. Shout out to Ghana. Shout out to Accra. You know what? I'm happy to be here.
But we are claiming you though. Home is not going to be Ghana.
Home is Ghana.
Yeah. Now home is
Ghana.
Yeah.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it, for real.
Definitely. Right. So thank you for tuning in to the Convo by Afrowired. My name once again has been Figure, aka Figs, aka Yo Fig, and we in the building. Shout out to man like Victorious. Shout out to man like Della. And shout out to Anna Jo Black. Shout out to One Radio. One Radio Africa. And shout out to everyone making it possible for us to be out there. Shout out to everyone that's tuning in. Shout out to you for watching or listening to this episode. Do well to subscribe to our podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and then also subscribe to our YouTube, Afrowired, and follow us on all channels. AFROWIRED, Afrowired, everywhere. Stay tuned. See you in the next episode.
Afrowired.